We're here with Nittany Lion defensive tackle Devon Still. Devon, first of all, talk about what last week was like on the practice field.
Last week was pretty tough on the practice field because it was our bye week, so we went a little bit harder than we would do on a normal weekend. Coach Paterno tried to add a lot of enthusiasm into practice. He made practice a lot of fun. We scrimmaged a lot. And I just saw a lot of intensity out of both sides of the ball, so hopefully we're able to transition that enthusiasm to the game field this Saturday.
Where do you feel like the team is in terms of confidence level right now heading into Minnesota?
I think our confidence level was boosted back up. Last game we played, we lost, and we want to come back strong off that loss.
So I'm sure you've had a chance to watch some of Minnesota on tape. What have you seen from their offense?
I think they're like a dual offense. They're strong with the pass and they're strong with the run. But mostly in practice on the defensive side of the ball, we're trying to focus on their run game. Because they have a big front line that's real aggressive, that's trying to get people to back up off the ball so they're running back and have holes and run too. So we're trying to work on stopping their run plays.
When you look at their line, like you mentioned, not one of the guys is under 300 pounds. So how much of a challenge does that present to you guys up front?
It's a big challenge. That's why we're working on being aggressive in practice, working on beating double teams, just taking off the ball so we can disrupt the run game.
When you look at this game in Minnesota, how eager is the team ready to get back on the field and get another game under your belt?
We're eager. We have 6 games left to the season. We went all 6, we're 9-3, and that's a good season. So we're just pushing forward and trying to win the rest of our games.
You mentioned that opportunity. Talk about that opportunity to play 6 more games. I mean, there is a lot of football left to play.
Right. You said football is a long season. You have a lot of chances to come back from when you lose. And as I said before, we had 6 games left, so right now we're just taking it a game at a time, and hopefully we come out 6-0.
Where would you say the defensive line is at this point in the season? Evaluate how you guys progressed through the first 6 weeks.
I think we progressed a lot. Right now we have a lot of injuries, but we have people stepping up in positions that I think can fulfill the production that the rest of the defensive ends that got injured. You
mentioned the injuries. How difficult is it to line up next to a different person on and off, throughout a game? Is it any more of a challenge for you or no?
Nah, it's not difficult at all because the way Coach Johnson coaches is when a person goes down, the next person will be able to step up and fulfill the needs of that position. Coach Johnson doesn't treat anybody like they're not starters or nothing. They want the person to go out there and work hard.
Talk about Coach Johnson himself. What type of guy is he on the practice field and in the film room and whatnot?
He's a straightforward guy. He's not going to hold nothing back from him. He's going to let you know what he's thinking. And it's only just to get you better. He's going to push you 100% throughout the whole week. So therefore, that effort that you're giving in practice can transition over to the game.
When you look at Minnesota this weekend, what are a couple keys, do you feel like, for the defense and the defensive line for you specifically?
Basically, they're basically a run team. They lost one of their receivers that was a great receiver. So they kind of a run team now, but they also have that same pass with Weber back there. So our key is just get after it. You know what I mean? Basically just get after it.
When you look back at a couple of the losses, it got off to a little bit of a slow start. How do you correct some of those things on the practice field and then on into Saturday? Is there anything you can do specifically?
Something that we're going to have to do in the locker room. Before, we're real quiet before the game. That means we come out slow, and then the second half we turn it up. This week we want to try to get hype in the locker room before we come out there. Get a lot of enthusiasm, so therefore when we get out on the field, all that energy can just transition over, and we can just go out there and start off strong.
Looking ahead to like you mentioned, 6 games to play. With that opportunity in front of you, what are your expectations for the rest of the year?
My expectation is just for us as a team to just go out there and give it all. That's all I can ask for as a team, and hopefully that comes out with a W after every game.